I, 20 female, have a toddler son, and it was a complicated situation when I had him. My parents said they'd only provide me with my room and I had to take care for the baby myself. It was hard, but it worked out in the end. My parents treat my son a lot nicer now too. My younger brother, a young teen, is the best. In fact, my son looks up to him and my brother adores him. My son made this drawing of him and my brother-in gave it to my brother for his birthday. My brother loved it so much that he brushed off the presents my parents and I gave him. It upset my parents, but they kept their mouths shut. My son draws so many pictures of him and his uncle now, and he gives every single one to my brother, and my brother puts every single one on his wall. My brother was at a sleepover and I'd taken my son out for a fun day. When we returned, my son ran to my brother's room to show him something. The door was wide open and the first thing he noticed was that all his drawings were gone. He just began to cry and it took forever to calm him down. He eventually went to sleep. My brother came back the next day and when he went to hug my son, he started to cry. My brother was confused, so I told him he saw the empty wall. My brother was still confused, so he went to his room and returned really upset. He said that he didn't do that and he was actually going to cry as well because he liked those drawings. My mom came down and he immediately confronted her and she just said that she didn't realize how much he liked those drawings and took them down while she was cleaning his room. I was mostly shocked. She was there the night before when my son saw the wall and started crying, and she was comforting my son and everything. I felt betrayed. I called her out for how she acted last night and she told me to relax, that I'm not allowed to speak to her like that. I honestly lost it and I called her a heartless witch, my own mother. I felt bad the second I did it, but it felt good too. My mom looked so shocked and just turned back and went to her room. My dad confronted me later and yelled at me for what I said. He said that regardless of what she did, she was my mom, and when he wanted to kick me out, Mom was the one who convinced him to let me and my baby stay. Am I the idiot? I feel guilty now. Edit, she didn't take them down temporarily, she took them down and threw them out. And it wasn't just random drawings stuck to a wall, it was organised and laid out carefully. Not the idiot. Wow, your mum has some serious jealousy issues going on there. I really hope she doesn't cause any damage to the relationship between your brother and your son. You can apologise for calling her a heartless witch for your own conscience, and if this was a genuinely out-of-character thing for her to do, but don't back down on pointing how what she did was wrong and hurt both her son and grandson immensely. There was no good reason for her to throw those drawings out. She couldn't justify it either. I mean, I feel like it's pretty heartless to do a thing, watch your young grandson break down crying over it, and sit there and comfort him while he's upset. All the while you have the power to undo what you did, but you choose to sit there watching the hurt you've caused instead. I'm also wondering if she was cleaning her son's room or cleaning his room. By mid-teens, he's definitely old enough to clean his room himself, so I'm wondering if the cleaning was just an excuse to snoop and get rid of things she didn't like. Also, doing this when all of them were out of the house. It sounds like this woman has an unhealthy relationship with all the kids in her life, including OP. Sounds like your mom's playing mind games. It's obvious that the drawings meant a lot to both your son and your brother. A young teen wouldn't put up stuff all over their walls that they didn't want up. Sounds like she was stirring the pot purposefully to get a reaction from you so that she could then come in and save the day by letting you stay. So she both caused the issue and she's the good guy in the situation. Also, your mom doesn't get an award for being a decent parent when your dad wants to throw you out. That was quite literally her job. This reeks of her needing to be the mom. They wanted it hard on you so you would see how difficult raising a child is. You've been succeeding and now they want to play too. She's jealous of a situation that is her own creation. Instead of being happy that her family loves one another, she's upset that she's not the glue keeping everyone together. My male 23 friend Molly, female 22, is pregnant. She was dating a guy, but he left her when she found out she was pregnant. Molly and I have been friends for about 4 years now, so as I feel bad about the situation, I agreed with her to help her out. I told her she could count on me as her child's dad, which meant I could take her to appointments, buy stuff for her, help her around her apartment, and do whatever else she needed since I guess she would need a lot of help now. My older sister had a hard time when she had my nephew and my brother-in-law around, so I'm guessing it will be much harder to do everything alone. My girlfriend, Ash, 23, is unhappy with my agreement with Molly. She's basically jealous because I helped Molly out. For example, the other day she got angry because I went to a doctor's appointment with her. I don't go in, I wait outside. Sometimes I also buy snacks and stuff that I know she likes or medicine if she needs it. My girlfriend thinks I'm overstepping and shouldn't get myself into this, or people will think it's my baby. I told her that was a dumb reason to not help a friend. She also thinks I'm spending too much time with Molly now, which is not okay because I always spend time with her. I don't think I'm spending more time with her now than I did before. Molly and I were talking, and she said it'll be nice if I'm with her in the delivery room, since I've been a lot of support for her, and she'll need support while giving birth too. I told her I'd love to support her as best I can, and if she wants that, then I can do it. Later, Ash and I were talking, and I told her this. We had an argument, and she tried to get me to tell Molly that I won't be helping her anymore, or that I'll be helping her just a little during emergencies. I told her I won't do that. I'd already committed to help her and the baby once it's born, and I won't go back on my word now. She got upset and left, and now she's not wanting to talk to me. Am I the idiot for trying to help? You promised what? OMG! You are the idiot. You've overstepped the friend boundary, and you even said you'll be the baby's father? So you're basically in 2 relationships just without the physical stuff? How long have you been in love with Molly? Sounds like about 4 years, LOL. Oh, baby mama will convince him to be on the birth certificate since he's such a good guy, and it would really help. This dude is so clueless. He's voluntarily getting roped in for 18 years of child support. Dude, what you're doing is plain weird. Also, have you considered that being a dad is not casual and is a lifetime commitment? Think carefully. There's no going back once the child, and birth certificate, gets attached to you. I agree. From the beginning, I thought he was helping out a friend in need, up until I read that he had a girlfriend. A girlfriend? It's nice he wants to help out, but that's only if he and his girlfriend are on the same page. He's the idiot for not even considering her feelings when making such an important decision. But honestly, I'm beginning to think he might have been there the night when Molly got pregnant. She's probably loving having a new baby daddy though. LOL, that's giving him too much credit. He's the pick-me guy who couldn't get the girl he likes to actually like him, but now she's alone and he's good enough now. Still not good enough for her to sleep with him though. I don't think any woman would accept their partner running after a pregnant woman and telling her he'll be the dad. His girlfriend needs to run. I, 33 female, and my fiancé, 35 male, have been engaged for about 2 years. Recently, I've been pushing him about a date, and he's insisted that we get our finances in order first. To him, meaning debt-free, including the wedding. Of course, he's willing to talk as much money as my dad will give for it. The background is, right after the global issue, he got really into financial TikTok, Dave Ramsey blah blah blah, and insisted we both become debt-free. We both agreed, but he took it super seriously, selling everything, people were worried about him, and getting a second full-time job. To his credit, he paid off about $60,000 in a year. Meanwhile, I've been finishing my second master's and have been accepted into a PhD program. I also want to enjoy my early 30s by attending events and going on trips with my friends. Currently, between student loans, $125,000, my car, $25,000, and credit cards, about $10,000, I'm in some pretty high debt but anticipate my salary to be about $200,000 in 3 years, or double what he's currently bringing home. When I told him I was accepted to the doctoral programs, he lost it. He said a ton of hurtful things about me not growing up. I feel like he's not supporting my dreams and may just have a problem with the fact I'll have a PhD while he has a master's. I also think political differences are becoming more apparent. He says things like, "You're dumb for waiting for student loan forgiveness." I feel he's trying to hold me back from my dreams. So am I the idiot for not following his advice? If you're expecting him to just be okay with you tanking your financial situation and hoping him to marry into your debt, then you are the idiot. I don't know what sort of doctorate you're doing, but I know it takes years after graduating in science to make the kind of money you're talking about. So what are you going to do for money while you're in school? Can you afford to live off whatever stipend you get? I mean, she has a $25,000 car. Why spend so much on a car loan when you're a damn student? That tells everything. OP, it's a lot of debt. I cannot fathom spending freely on events and friend trips with that kind of debt amassing. Every purchase would be something I have to convince myself to do. You are the idiot for expecting anyone to burden themselves with your truly outstanding debt in legal matrimony. Either marriage or the PhD has to wait. Oh boy, she's banking on a job she doesn't have and on student loan forgiveness and a fiancé who's going to dump her soon, and she has a ballooning credit card debt. Holy cow. Honey, are you sure he's trying to hold you back from your dreams, or is he trying to prevent you, and by extension him, from taking on a suffocating level of debt? I'm too skeptical of a $200,000 salary right after graduation. You have 2 masters already. Adding a 3 or 4 year program on top of that? That screams professional student, especially with your comment about enjoying life. Some context. I, 29 female, live in South Louisiana. All my family is from the area, Mississippi and Texas. Our family had a cookout on Sunday for my mom's 60th birthday. It was at me and my husband's house. We did most of the cooking. I made crawfish étouffée and Cajun fettuccine, and my husband made potato salad. We also had deviled eggs, cheese and fruit plate, boudin, and green beans brought by others. It was about 20 people over. My brother, 26, and his girlfriend, Brittany, 24, were there. Brittany is a transplant from Ohio. She's been here for under 2 years. She's been with my brother almost just as long. Brittany is vocal about hating shellfish, especially crawfish and shrimp. She said that they're bugs and water roaches, which gross her out. My family, especially my dad and uncles, tease her about not liking the shellfish, but it's not malicious. At the cookout, I didn't see Brittany or my brother until everyone settled. Finally, I saw Brittany at a table with an empty bowl. She told me she loved the fettuccine and ate 2 servings. I told her there was crawfish head fat and some backstraps in it, so I was surprised she enjoyed it. My uncle was at the table talking to my brother and commented about how they'll make her a real Southern girl yet. Brittany immediately looked embarrassed and got very quiet. I left her alone after that, as it seemed like she didn't want to talk. My brother took me aside later and said Brittany was upset and thought I purposefully tricked her into eating crawfish. I told him that wasn't true, but he said I should have made it more evident about the fettuccine. I didn't think to tell her. I was very busy, so it wasn't on my mind. I wanted to talk to her, but my brother said not to, as she was already in their car, and she and my brother left the cookout early despite me trying to get them to stay. I talked to my cousin about this. She thinks Brittany felt very othered and singled out. I get it, but that's not the case here, and I feel like she was being dramatic, especially since my brother left early on our mom's birthday. Am I the idiot? Not the idiot. If she doesn't like a certain ingredient, then it's on her to ask what's in the food being served. Also, referring to food that other people eat and enjoy as bug and water roaches is extremely rude. All she has to say is that she doesn't care for something. If anyone tricked her, it's your brother. Exactly. It was a meal with 22 people attending. It's chaos, people everywhere, and it's loud. But no, OP had to ensure that one guest knew exactly what was in the food. The brother should be telling his girlfriend what she's eating, as I doubt it was some huge mystery to him. And how did she not see the crawfish tails? It would be one thing if she was deadly allergic. Now it's just a preference. You are the idiot. You say the teasing isn't malicious, but does it make her uncomfortable? If yes, then they need to stop. We aren't required to like the food people think we need to like, and enjoying it in one dish doesn't mean we'll ever want to eat it again. You know they'll never let her forget this. We all know these kinds of people, and they're awful. I hurt for her. I'd be surprised if she ever comes to a family dinner again because she just doesn't want to deal with the teasing. I agree. OP doesn't think the teasing is malicious because she's not on the receiving end of it. I'll wager it's been unending to where she finally had to say the water roaches comment, because no thank you wasn't enough. These people enjoy teasing and being cruel to her, and their "we'll make a Southern girl of you yet" makes it clear they won't change. So I wouldn't expect to see her again, and maybe not the brother as much. My daughter is finishing grammar school this year, and she has her heart set on attending a specific, somewhat prestigious college in a different US state. My wife and I want to support her dreams, but she could be better of a student, so her chances of getting in are slim. She's very intelligent, but her effort level is low. My wife and I were good students who got scholarships to a good school and graduated debt-free. We try to explain to our kids that this isn't our expectation for them, but our daughter really wants to do the same, although to a different, much more expensive school. Unfortunately, even if she did get in, I don't see her getting a scholarship to her dream school, and we can't afford to pay her way. We've explained that it will be hard to get in even for the best students, but she really wants to try. So we challenged her that if she got straight A's for the whole year, we'd take her on a summer trip to tour the campus. She hasn't even gotten straight A's before, but it's always because she didn't turn in homework or decides not to study for a test. Our hope with this challenge was, that she could form some solid habits that would set her up for success in high school. She was excited about it and dedicated herself to giving her best effort. So far, she has gotten straight A's in every class every term. However, in this final term, she's not on track to get an A in a couple of classes due to some assignments that need to be completed. We always ask her if she has homework and she says no. We asked her why she was missing assignments and she said, "I don't know, I just didn't do them." We've encouraged her to talk to her teacher about making them up, but she hasn't talked to her yet. We're going to do everything we can to help her get her grade up, but if she doesn't end up with A's, would I be the idiot if I don't take her on the trip this summer? I'd be inclined to let it slide if she'd done poorly on a test or something, but the fact that she just didn't do several assignments and didn't have a reason why makes me feel like she didn't earn the trip. I'm happy to make her the same offer again for next school year. I don't want to teach her that you can stop giving your best effort and still get what you want. If she does that in high school, her hopes of getting into this college will be gone. On top of that, this trip is not going to be cheap. We have 3 other kids and no one here to leave them with for a multi-day trip, so the cost of 6 plane tickets and a hotel room for 6 for a few nights is a major financial commitment. I'm not inclined to spend that much money if she just blows off some assignments after working the whole school year to earn the trip. I'm happy to spend every cent I have if it helps my kids succeed in life, but I'm not sure this will. Am I the idiot if I don't take her this summer? Not the idiot. You set a challenge and she didn't earn it. But dude, you are really harsh on a child her age. Her behaviour today is not indicative of getting into any college. Yeah, she needs to build better habits, but writing her off now sets her up for disaster and heartbreak. Kids have dreams and those change, so a visit would be a great motivator. But make it fun, not an "if you don't stop being sucky, you'll never make it." Get her on the trip and have fun. Get a tour if you can. Eat at some cool restaurants. Play frisbee on the quad. Why? Your kid will love it. You are the idiot. Take her to get an ADHD assessment right now. "I don't know, I just didn't" regarding school assignments was almost my catchphrase. She's about to go to high school. She has time to achieve the success she wants, and as her parents, you need to do more than barge with and not believe in her.